Good afternoon, traders. How are we? Welcome back to Simply Forex. Trader Tom here, and I am with you for the next 45 minutes or so. We are going to do the following. We are going to do some in-depth market analysis, which won't take long. Just stay away from the market. It's evil right now. We're also going to look at a couple of trades that I'm looking at. But again, guys, because it's such tricky market conditions, I'm not in any trades at the moment. But I am looking at a couple of trades, and we'll take a look at those to start with. Also, guys, I'm very excited to announce we are going to do a quiz. Drum roll, please. We are going to do a trading quiz. All right. So, yeah, make sure you get involved for that later on. There's a point system, and it should be a fun game just because there's not much going on in the market, guys. Right. So we're going to do a quiz today. We are going to check how good you are at trading. So no pressure. What else are we going to do, guys? We're going to take a quick look at the economic calendar. And as you can see, there is sweet FA news coming out there. We do have crude oil inventories later, so obviously really important for oil, but really no big news today. The big news was this earlier on, right? Coming out of the UK, we had better than expected CPI, but we've seen a weak pound as on the back of that. So very peculiar reaction to the news earlier there for the pound. So yeah, that's the plan, guys. Let me just show you quickly a couple of trades that I am looking at. And also, guys, please don't forget to come say hello. Yeah, come say hello in the live chat. Leave a question and also prepare yourself mentally and physically for the quiz that we are going to do. I love a quiz. I love a pub quiz, a good general knowledge pub quiz. But this is not going to be that. This is going to be a trading quiz. All right. So get ready for that. Right. Let's just say hello to a few people. So Luigi, hi, how are you? Marky Mark has got a question here. I think the dollar index has weakened relative to last week. Your views? Okay, we'll take a quick look at that as well before we start the quiz. Hello, everyone. Right, a couple of trades that I'm looking at, guys, are the following. So Swiss franc yen, right? It's not a setup at the moment, but let me just talk you through the trade. Right, so what I am seeing here, guys, on the day chart is really we was in a downtrend, then we were in an uptrend, and now we're kind of ranging, right? We're ranging between here and here. Okay, that's the market we're in. We also had a nice big bullish candle form yesterday on the day chart at the bottom of this range. Right, so we can potentially take price to the top of the range. Let me get this old target and move it up to here. Right, so we'd aim for price to go up to there. So that's what the day chart is telling me. Right, we're now going to go to the H4. And again, right, we just want to see trend and structure in our favor. So on the H4, we were in this downtrend. Bang, yeah, kapow, in the words of Batman. We then had a structure break. Not only did we break this high, we also broke that high, and we broke through this area of resistance. So we're in an uptrend, and we're getting a real nice retrace. Now, obviously, I don't want to buy a candle that looks like that. That would be very crazy of me. I was trying to think of a word without swearing. So that would be crazy, right? I don't want to buy this candle. But if we start to see bullish candles, right, the next candle maybe forming here at the moving average 20 and it's bullish, then I am interested in buying Swiss franc yen back up to these levels here. All right, potentially further. Yeah, we can leave some profit to run. So there's one trade I'm looking at. The other trade I'm looking at is Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. Again, let's start with the day chart. Now, with this chart, guys, let's start with the weekly chart, actually. with this chart, it's all about this weekly resistance level, right? You can see we are in a downtrend, right? It kind of hit there once, and now it's hitting there again. Maybe we start a bit of a range here as well, right? So it's a downtrend stroke range, which means a really nice area would be to buy from the top here and sell back down to the lows, right? Let me drag this across. Okay, so that's what we're looking to do. And if we look at the day chart, the only problem with it is the day chart is still in an uptrend. Okay, and we're at the moving average 20 almost. Okay, so that's the only thing putting me off, but we have a very bearish candle. Okay, and if we drop down to the H4, guys, and this is all I'm doing is just gathering confluence, right? That's your job as a trader, just gather as much confluence as you can, right? And you can clearly see, right, H4 was just kept bouncing off this level, bouncing, break, retest. So this is at a really nice level now. Now, again, I don't just sell at this level, right? I want to see what the candles are doing. And we have a very bullish candle. We still have 53 minutes and 15 seconds. See how quick I was there mathematically. Before this H4 candle finishes. But this is not a selling candle, right? Anything that is still a buying candle. So all I'll do, guys, is wait. You know, if price comes back up into here, I just want to see a real bearish H4 candle. And I will also consider selling Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. All right, guys. So, yeah, that's what I am looking at. But other than that, guys, not much setting up. So we are going to do a quiz, right? Let me just say hello to everyone. So Parandeep, hello, how are you? Kevin, yo, how are you, mate? Aussie Trev from the UK, I'm only joking, he must be Australian. And Kephars Bernacchi. Bernacchi trades from Kenya. Okay, Bernacchi, welcome. So, hello everyone, how are you? So, there are a couple of trades I'm looking at. If anyone wants me to look at some currency pairs or whatever, I can do that. And if you've got any trading questions, we can also do that as well, guys. But we are going to do a quiz right now. Hi, Jude, how are you? I'm looking at multiple screens here, guys. So if my eyes go 10 past 2, then you know why. Okay, let's answer this quick question, right? So, Zal, hi, Tom. Let's bring up the question. So, hi, Tom. When you enter a trade and it goes against you, do you close it early or let it hit stop loss? It's a very good question, and when I can, I will close it early. Okay. Now, let me show you what I mean. Right? Because I'm all about structure breaks. Okay. Now, let's say, okay, I'm just looking at the first chart I've come across. Let's look at Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. Yeah, okay, let's look at this section of chart, right? Let's use the back to the future button, and we're here. Right, so this will answer your question, Zal, and then we must do this quiz, guys, before I look at any other charts. Okay, HD, good morning, appreciate your thorough analysis, love it. HD, you are welcome. So H1, right? Price has been just knocking around in here. We get a breakdown. Perhaps we can't get in at the first opportunity because the candle's so bearish, right? And we sort of, there's no value, right? But then price retraces all the way back to this, you know, what was once support becomes resistance, right? This level through here, okay? Right? So now I'm interested in selling this, okay? Now what I'll do, right, is I will start selling on the close of this candle, right? And you've got two options with your stop loss, right? Now, it depends on my risk to reward. So let's say this is my target, right? Now, Ideally, I want to put it above this level. So if I enter this trade here, right, if I want to put it above that level, I need a 25 pip stop loss. And what's my target? 20 pips. So it doesn't quite make sense, right? So your question's not about stop losses, but I can't help myself when I get going, right? But we're going to start selling here. Let's do it with this more permanent line. We're going to start selling here, and we're going to put our stop loss. We're going to give it plenty of room above that level. We're going to put it here, and this is our target down here, right? So that's the trade. I'm in the trade. Now, no, let's otherwise this won't make sense, right? Let's remove this. Let's just to keep this tutorial. Let's say I want to come down to this 108.50 level down here. Jesus Christ, look at that line. I have been drinking again, guys. I apologize. Right, we want to come down to this level here. Because otherwise, how this plays out, it won't make sense, right? But there's my trade. Okay? H1 entry makes sense. This is where we're at. And this is the trade. Right, we're going to move our stop loss above here now because our target is far away. This is our trade. Bear with me. Okay? Now, as the trade goes along, right, we are just going to play this along, right? So let's just see how it plays out. Right. Oh, no, I didn't want to see. Let's stop that candle. Right. Now I'm trading H1 structure, right? The reason I got into this trade was a breakdown of structure and a retrace. Now, once price starts leaving this level, right, and it starts making, you know, lower highs, right, which is what this is. First of all, you can move your stop loss down to here, right? So I'm heavily reducing the risk on this trade, right? So that's one thing I will do. Once price has moved significantly in the direction, we can move our stop loss down, right? Because we know this is a good area, right, where price reacts. Now, as prices come down, we've also created a new lower high, right? Now, my trading is based on price action. And if I see a structure break, I don't want to be in the trade anymore, right? So if I see a big bearish candle that breaks through, a big bullish candle that breaks through this level, right? That is potentially the time to get out of the trade, right? Because then it becomes a buy trade, right? So let's play this along a little bit, right? It breaks, there you go, right? So as soon as it breaks this level with this candle here, right? Generally speaking, I want to get out of the trade, right? Because we've had a structure break. And you can see from where I enter to where my stop loss is, I will finally close the trade there. And all I've lost on this trade is that, right? Whereas potentially I was going to lose that on this trade, right? But the market's not doing what I wanted it to do. It's whipsawing. It's not following trend back down to our lows, right? So that is when I will close a trade early, when I have a structure break. Now, sometimes the structure breaks where your stop loss is, and you can't do too much about that, right? So be it, right? You just get stopped out for 1% or whatever you risk. So I hope that helps your question. I hope that answers your question, not help. You can't really help a question. Right, what else have we got here? Right, guys, before we do anything, we're going to do a quiz. Right, I've been dying to do this quiz. Parandeep, oi bruv, what you been sipping on lately then? Been necking pints or keeping it classy with a cuppa? Parandeep, let's bring that question up. I have been keeping it classy with my Liverpool mug and drinking coffee with 3/4 whiskey in it. Right. We are going to do a quiz. This could be a huge success or it could die on its arse. Let's find out, right? So, right, guys, somebody right now, just give me a currency pair. Anyone, just give me a currency pair right now. Aussie Trev is in. Good, we're going to do a quiz. Anyone, any currency pair right now, just to show I have not planned this quiz ahead of time. Anyone? Right, I'm going to do this then. Right, so I'm going to go up and down, randomly pick a currency pair, US dollar, Swiss franc. We're going to go to the H4 chart. Jude actually said US dollar, Swiss franc. How spooky is that? And I randomly picked US dollar, Swiss franc. Is there a ghost? I don't know. I do ramble on sometimes. Anyway, this is where we're at. We're going to do a quiz. Right, we are now going to use the Back to the Future button. Right, so no looking, guys. Everyone close your eyes. I'm going to do the Back to the Future button. Here we go. Right, and the game is this. Okay, I am now going to bring up the average true range because this is going to be right. Now, the average true range here is currently 17 pips. Okay, this is the H4 chart. I can now remove this. Let's remove it. Let's just make it really small. Let's remove it. Right. So we have a candle now, right? And you have to determine, is this trade, right, buy or sell? At this point, is it going? Oh, right. I've just chosen a right. I'm not saying this is a long position. What we're going to do is this, right? We're going to put the. What is going on? Bear with me. Right, here we go. So we're going to do 17 pips. And the risk is 17 pips. Right. It's exciting, I know, right? Now, this is the game. Let's zoom in. Right. Now, this is what happens with the game. That doesn't look fair, does it? Is that 17 pips? What's that? Yeah, 17 pips up there. Right. So this candle is either going to go plus 17 pips or minus 17 pips. Now, you need to decide if you are going to long this pair or short this pair. Right? And you have to be honest. Now, every time you get one correct, give yourself 1 point. Right? So get a pen and paper or jot it down somewhere. Every time you get one right, you are going to give yourself 1 point. Right? And what we're going to do, guys, if everyone just puts their scores in at the end, we're not going to choose the winner, but everyone who puts their score in, right, we are going to pluck one person at random and give them a 5K challenge courtesy of Blueberry Funded, our prop firm partner. Okay, so you can win a 5K prop firm challenge for nothing. You just have to play this quiz. So everyone, be honest. So now what do you think, guys? Is this going to go, are you going to buy this or are you going to sell this? Okay. If you're correct, you get 1 point. Okay. You understand the game? I hope so. You can tell the editor and myself have thought this through thoroughly. So we're going to play this along. Let's see if you are correct. If you're correct, give yourself 1 point. If you're not correct, give yourself minus 1 point. Okay. What am I going to go for? I'm going to go for a sell. Yeah, I'm going to go for a sell here. Obviously, guys, it's a bit of fun. We would look at other time frames and the daily chart, etc. I'm going to go for a sell, see if I can get plus 1 point. If I'm wrong, I am minus 1 point. Everyone keep your score. Right, let's play this along. Woohoo! I have got +1 point. I'm winning. Yes. Right, so we've got a couple of shorts there. Short, sell. Right, good. So everyone who, even if you just said to yourself, sell, then you get 1 point, right? So that's 1 point. Right, now we're going to do the same. We're just going to move this to this green candle here. Right, now the same question. What is price going to do from this level? Are we going to buy, or are we going to sell? Right. So guys, I'll give you a second to think about it. I will drink on my coffee. I can see all the editor's comments. He's saying no cheating, guys. The editor will come round your house and check if you are cheating or not. All right. And remember, we've got a 5K prop firm challenge up for grabs. We will just give it to you. All right. I'm going to say buy. Right. This is a buy trade. Right. That's what I'm going to go for. Let's see if I can get a point, another point. Oh, now, yeah. As soon as I saw that candle, I went all. Yeah, that made me think twice. Okay. Right. Let's just play it along. So remember, guys. So I lost a point there. Right. Whoever said buy, you are now minus a point. So my first one, I was correct. I was +1. Then I'm -1. I am back to 0. All right. That is the complex scoring system that we're going to use. Let's play it along for a bit. Let's get out of this horrible, funky price action. It's always the way. When I go back in time, I just pick sideways price action. Look at this price action that I've chose. Right. Let's do it. It's not that clear, but let's choose this candle. Right. So same again. This is a very cruel candle to do it on. So everyone, guys, yeah, this candle, right? We're going to enter here. Are you going to enter a sell or a buy? Right? Yeah. I'm going to enter a sell. HD, laugh out loud, no direction. Yeah, honestly, guys, every time, ask the editor, we chuckle to ourselves down the pub. But every time, I say, right, guys, I'm going to randomly choose a piece of chart, right? And you should, right? You can't, people who show strategies and everything, cherry pick the best piece of chart, right? Obviously, things will work out. But every time I go back in time, and I just randomly pick an area of chart, it is the worst price action known to man. But anyway, I am going to sell this. Let's slow it down a bit. I don't like sells all of a sudden. Oh, we didn't quite hit. Yes. There we go. Another point for me. Am I winning, editor? We're not sure. Has anyone got like full points so far? Right. Okay. Let's play it along. Actually, let's do this candle. We like this candle. Editor, you're going to have to keep my score. So I'm also doing the quiz. Now, bear in mind, guys, what you know about price action. There is a bit of, support through here. Is that going to affect this trade? Right, or are we going to continue seeing this to the downside? Right, so again, +1 for me. Thank you, HD. Okay, so we've got a few buys. BB buying this. Okay, interesting. People are buying this chart. I can see why. Right, we've got a piece of support through here. Yeah, I'm not. Do you know what? I'm going to say buy. I'm going to say buy. MK said sell. Okay, Luigi said sell. Okay, so this one has split the masses. Right, let's have a look then. I'm going to buy it. Okay, let's go. Oh, that's separated a few people there. Just goes to show, guys, how important support is on a chart, right? Very important. Okay, so I've got another point there. We're doing bloody marvelous here. Right, let's try and get some price action away because, you know, like I said, when I pick a bit of price action, it just goes sideways. Let's get out of this funk. Let's move this along. I will go back and answer some of your questions, guys, later on. Let's just play this quiz for a bit more. It's fun. I'm enjoying myself. Right, let's just play this and let's get the market trending. Right. Okay, this is more like it. We've got a bit more of a trending market. Let's get some of my drawings out of the way. These are sort of, I don't want these to sway you. Right, so again, guys, you know, we do need to point out a couple of things, right? There's a bit of support there, right? We're in an uptrend, okay? But again, where's my little thing? This is the candle, right? It seems like we should make this a bit bigger. Let's make this a bit bigger. Let's make it 20 pips. 21 to 21, right? Because I imagine that the average true range has increased as well. Okay. So, guys, what are we thinking for this one? I know we're at support here. I think just judging by these candles, price is going to come back deeper into this support level and catch up with the moving average 20. I've said too much. I could get egg on my face here. Right, so what do we think of this one, guys? Right, so we're seeing buys, sell, sell, sell. Okay, everyone's quite unanimous with this one. Sell. Okay, Taku is a sell. Sell. Luigi's a buy. Very controversial, Luigi. Okay, right. I am going to sell this market. I'm going to sell it. Okay, let's slow it down again. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, I think everyone can have a point there, right? Did we hit target? I did say it would come deeper into the support level, just saying. But only the candles told me that, guys, right? Look at these candles. Yeah, it just told me it wanted to come lower. I think sellers and buyers can get a point there. Did sellers really hit target? Did buyers really get stopped out? Everyone can have a point there. That's quite. Let's play it along a little bit. Right. Okay, this is interesting. I like this one. Right. If you can actually see that. Yes, you can. Okay. This one, guys. Let's put it into some context. Are we buying or selling? This is a tricky one, guys, right? So just to share what I'm looking at. So obviously we're in an uptrend, right? There's no two ways about that. We're in an uptrend. We're nicely trending. We're above the moving average 20. The only thing, you know, and normally, you know, I'm assuming a lot of people are buying this, right? And it's difficult to disagree. But what I do look for in candles is when you get candles close back into the other candle, that suggests that buyers are slowing down, right? You get it here. It's not sustained, right? But buyers are slowing down for for 8 hours, but then it does carry on. And also what's playing on my mind is the fact that I can see one of my resistance levels here. So for that reason, I'm going to buy. I'm going to buy into that resistance level. What is everyone else doing? Sells. Okay, buys. Poo Poppy, I hate trading into thin hair. I know what you mean, because there's you need areas on a chart to tell you where to trade from. And this is a little bit into thin air. And just to focus on that point, right? You know, if price retraces back to here, it's not thin air, right? There's good reasons to buy. Whereas here, when you're sort of, candlesticks are not super bullish, they're not, you know, then they're more bullish than bearish, you know, what to do. Whereas if price comes down here, you know, you're adamant about buys. Whereas in between, yeah, you're a little bit not sure. But just looking at the candles, I'm going to say buy. Yes, another point. I must be winning, right? Must be. Okay, we're gonna do this 2 more times. Let's carry on. Let's carry on with this pair. Let's play it along. Let's get away from this funk. Totally lost the chart. There we go. Right. Let's play it along a little bit. It's a bit of no man's land. Right, this is interesting. What we're going to do, guys, I would say this one is quite self-explanatory. This is where I get egg on my face. What are you guys thinking? And remember, guys, once we finish this quiz, enter your scores. The editor will make a note of your names, and one of you will be getting a 5K prop firm challenge courtesy of Blueberry funded for free. What's not to like? Right, we've got buys, pin bar, buy. Everyone's a buy. Luigi, you are always very controversial, going against the grain there. Everyone's a buy, pretty much. Right, I am also a buy. Yeah, so let's bring this up. I'm going to buy from there to there. Here we go. Let's have a look. Ooh, Luigi, you were correct. Dare I say you went against the grain. Yeah. Took us out. Look how it wants to come back to the moving average 20, guys. I just out of curiosity now, I want to see if it makes its way back up to these highs. Let's play it along. No. Okay, last one, guys, in the quiz. This is the candle. Get ready with all of your scores. What are we going to do here? Are you going to buy or are you going to sell? Let's look to the left. Are we seeing any? There's potential, a little bit of support through there, right? This last level here. Okay. But what are you going to do, guys? Sell, sell. Right, okay, guys. So the editor has just said, I know we've done this quite suddenly, but keep your scores, join our Discord, and message the editor to submit them. No cheating. All right, so everyone who registers their score on our free Discord, I'm sure the editor will put the link. It's totally free. Just join it. It's free. And then enter your score, and you will be entered in with a chance of winning a 5K challenge courtesy of Blueberry funded. Right. Last one, guys. I'm going to sell. Oh, no. Yes. Right. Okay. So, editor, I think I don't know, maybe +4 I got, something like that. I think I'm the winner. Such a child when it comes to quizzes and games. All right, guys, so that concludes our quiz, right? So join our Discord channel, enter your score, and all of those that enter their score will be put forward, and one of you will be chosen at random to receive a 5K challenge courtesy of Blueberry Funded. So guys, yeah, just a bit of fun because the markets are so shitty at the moment. So I thought we'd just do something a little bit different. And if you enjoyed the quiz, guys, maybe we could do a more regular thing, or if you've got any ideas when it comes to quizzes, you know, let us know, guys. We are always up for trying new things. That's what the editor always says in these nightclubs he goes to. Right. Okay, guys, I'm going to go back to some questions we had at the start because a few people were interested in a few currency pairs that we were looking at. All right, so let's start with MK. He's looking at gold. Let me come out of the Back to the Future button and let's take a look at gold, guys. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the quiz. I enjoyed it. Now, let's do a top-down approach, guys, like I always do. This is exactly how I approach the market every single day, right? There's no, you know, I'm not hiding anything. I'm not, you know, there's no special sauce or whatever. It's just pure, unadulterated price action, right? And this is what we're going to do with gold, right? We're going to break it down using price action. And before I do, guys, like I say, if you haven't already, please come join our Discord channel and enter your score. Also, as you enter the Discord channel, we will give you a 50% off coupon for our Simply Forex Complete Trading course. I know. Also, guys, you can speak to like-minded traders, share knowledge, ideas, have a chit-chat about the football, whatever you like, guys. So come join our trading community. Also, guys, please don't forget to check out our website, www.simply-forex.com. You can get access to all of our premium trading education. We've got the course that I just mentioned. We've got the VIP Trading Academy, and we've got the mentorship program where I coach you one-on-one. All right, so check that out. It's all on our website. Also, guys, please don't forget the promotion we're running right now with Pepperstone. So Pepperstone are a world-class leading broker that are compatible with TradingView. And right now, if you sign up and open an account with Pepperstone, we will give you free access to the VIP Trading Academy, and Pepperstone will give you an essential TradingView subscription for free. It's a no-brainer. Come check out the promotion. It's all in the Discord channel anyway. Right, gold. Weekly chart, right? Let's just look at the facts. That's all I'm going to do. These are the facts. This is basically where we're at, right? We're in an uptrend and price has retraced back to this. This is really the only significant level we can find on the weekly. Yeah, we've got that level, and we've got, you know, the moving average 20 acts as dynamic support as well in this case, right? And on this weekly chart, you can see this is a bearish candle, but we've bounced off that level. So it's really between a bit of a rock and a hard place, right? There's lots of selling pressure up here, and there's some buying pressure down here because we're in an uptrend and it's hit support, right? Again, this is just facts on a chart, right? So we're sort of caught a little bit here, right? This is where we're at. So the weekly, there's a good argument for buying and selling. So therefore, I don't want to be in this market, right? If I'm going to buy the market, I don't want there to be an argument for selling it, right? Makes sense. And if I'm selling the market, I don't want there to be a good argument for buying it. I want everyone to see sells, right? So that's the weekly. But let's carry on, right? We've got more time frames to look at. Let's now look at the day chart. And again, guys, right, this is where we're at, right? So you can almost see how, now we're in a downtrend. That's worth pointing out because we're getting lower lows. But this is that weekly support level, right? And ever since then, ever since we hit that level, look at the candles. Buying candle, buying candle, indifferent, buying candle, right? So really, gold, you know, in a higher time frame, we're basically trading from here to here to here. Can we trade all the way back up to there? Right? That's the question. Now, the thing that puts me off is, you know, we really are in a downtrend stroke range. It's confusing price action, right? It's a confusing structure. But I mean, having looked at this candle, right? Again, we're at the moving average 20 as well, right? There's so much conflicting information with gold, right? And that's all I'm doing. I'm collecting data and analyzing what the data tells me. And the data is telling me this is all conflicting. So stay away. That's what it's telling me. But if you said, Tom, you have to trade it, otherwise we will, you know, pull your fingernails out, then I would buy it, right? Because we are in this kind of range, right? And we've got this big bullish candle, okay? If I had to, but I don't. I would stay away from it. Now, now I've made that decision using the weekly and daily to buy it, right? Normally, like I say, this wouldn't be a trade idea, but just to carry on what I do every day, right? I would say, right, this is a buy trade. I would then go down to the H4 and I would just pinpoint very good areas to trade from. And those very good areas would be this. It would be these last highs here, right? And or the moving average 20, right? So the moving average 20 might happen before this level, right? If the moving average 20 catches up, right? Which it will. So I'll just say to myself, right, and you know, you have to wait patiently, obviously. If price comes down towards the moving average 20 and we get a nice bullish candle before we even hit this level, I would buy it because the moving average 20 is dynamic support. I would buy it back up to these highs. I would take some profit and I would let some profit run. Or if price, we don't get a bullish candle, don't get a bullish candle, don't get a bullish candle, you know, moving average 20 is up here somewhere, I would still buy it at this level. Again, let's say we end up with a big bullish green candle that looks like that. Again, I would buy it on the close of that candle. Start buying here, stops below here, give it a bit of room, take it back up to these last highs. But yeah, if I had to, gold would be a buy, but in general, I'm getting a lot of mixed signals there. And that just sums up the market at the moment, guys, right? It is mixed. And, you know, 1 minute we're in a risk on environment. Next minute we're in a risk off. 1 minute the US dollar's strong. 1 minute it's not, right? It's just super volatile at the moment, right? It is tricky to trade. But yeah, there is my couple of pence on gold. What else do we have a look at? Kev wants to look at Euro US dollar. Okay, Kev, let's have a look at Euro US dollar because I know how well traded this is. Now, again, let's start with the weekly chart, right? And let's do this. Actually, we've literally run out of time because of the quiz. Let me do a very quick. This is what I do every morning, right? Right, weekly chart in an uptrend, retraced. Do sellers want to continue? Look at these candles, or we're in an uptrend, have buyers come back into the market? And what that means you end up with is a confused candle, right? A doji, okay? So weekly chart is a little bit indifferent. Again, there's a good argument we could buy this back up to here, or we could sell this back down to this piece of support. There's a good argument for both. So let's get more information on the day chart. Now, at this point, we are in a daily downtrend. And really, I wanted to see this level hold, right? You can see there's some resistance in here, and we've got the moving average 20. Now, this level might still hold, right? You might end up with a nice big bearish wick that looks something like that, right? And if that's the case, I would be interested in selling euro US dollar, right? There's also this level here, yeah, that acts as resistance. So if we get a nice bearish reaction of this, I would look for selling euro US dollar. If the candle ends up like this, we're in no man's land, right? We've broken this kind of key level here, and we're at another key level. Just not interested in it, right? So if we drop down to the H4, it'll be, look, we're getting lots of sellers coming to the market. You know, can they push it back down into this level? That's what we'll be really interested in. If they can, right, we could potentially start selling euro US dollar. But right now, again, you know, we're in a H4 uptrend, but we're seeing super bearish candles, right? Conflict again, right? But if these candles, you know, I know you scalp, Kev. So if these candles look like this, you could scalp it down to these last highs here. There'd be enough pips in there, 320. You know, you've got a good 30 pips in there. All right, so I hope that helps, Kev. And guys, thank you for playing along with the quiz. Really enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed it. And guys, even if you're watching this video later on, if you got involved with the quiz and kept your score, just join our free Discord, put your score into us, and you'll be in with a chance of winning a 5K prop firm challenge for nothing. All right, guys, on that note, I hope you have a great trading day. See you same time again tomorrow, 8 a.m. New York EST time. Check out the website. Come join our trading community. Check out the promo from Pepperstone, and I'll see you next time.